International Gran Turismo League. Race 1 here at the Kyoto Driving Park. Lights out and away we go. It's a good start from everyone on the front row. BJ Robert 28 getting a good start on the side there. A couple of the Porsches at the back row got squeezed out for space as we watch Killamore go through into turn 1 from pole position. He's on pole position. James was drifting it out there through the first corner. Out the first corner then, so it's still Killamore who leads. Ali's moved up in moves up in the second place out of Extra Frosty. Extra Frosty has James Wall off the back of him now. Squared David, followed by the real LO, who's through Robert 28, possibly taking a look as they head out of turn 6, a long corner, so a long hairpin down the hill now. You see real LO, here he comes down the hill. Does he get a run into Square David into the chicane? I think he takes a look. There's contact up ahead. There's contact! And they've gone all sideways. I think there's been a bit of contact there, definitely. That looks like Paddington's gone well off. That has really screwed up his race. Not looking good for him then. However, there's still a good train of cars as the real LO moves to the back with 4 cars all being held up by what looks to be a Lookman Alar, who's 64th, James Wall 5th, 6th place Alex FDE Large. Real LO is in 7th. His 4-car train is starting to form then. Who will take the victory in this race is still the question. Killamore leads at the end of the first lap. Extra Frosty second, Squiff David rounding out the top 3. As we look a bit further back, you can see Schumeister and carry the flag. Schumeister going really slow. He must have had a penalty or some damage or something. He's going very slowly on this opening lap. He's picked up the pace now, so whether he had damage or something, he must have gone through with it. Just moving up through the field and back onto this sort of train that's being formed here as Lookman Ali Larson to pull away. It's James Waller in the Mercedes AMG, who sits in 5th place. Alex FDE Large is in 6th, and in 7th is the real LR. Through turn 6 now. On the second lap of 15, I should be. The purple sectors now, we don't currently have fastest lap available. And there goes the real LO taking a look on Alex of D-Large, both jumping over the curb there. It's an Aston Martin and a Porsche 911, so who will come out on top on this little battle that we have starting to emerge? James Wallace has to pull out a gap from him and Lookman Ali Lark keep trying to keep with the top 3. James Waller getting right tank slam on the exit of the hairpin. However, we can see the real LO sticking to the back of Alex FDE Large, the Irishman on the Canadian. For 6th place in this race, and Alex FDE Large has gone off. He's gone off the track. And the exit for what looks like a high-speed chicane heading out to the penultimate lap corners. So that drops Alex FDE Large into 7th place. Starts to thin out now as we can see that Extra Killamore still has the advantage of Extra Frosty. And Ali Large, you can see, holding out 4th place. James Wallow in 5th. The real LO is 7th for Alex FDE Large. You can see BJ Robert 28 in the Citroen, the only Citroen driver in this race. There's Pattinson 1990, one of the Beatles. Another one of the Beatles is the American Carry the Flag 117, who's down to 10th. And Schumeister in the M6, number 15, he's down to last place in this race. Only 11 runners in this first race. Someone spun. Disastrous news for, I think, is that Extra Frosty who appears to have spun. Yep, he's spun. Let's take a look back on the replays. We can see, just cutting back through the footage, amazing. All got a bit all over the curb there, yep, just all over the curb. Got a tyre on the grass and that was it. It was game over for Extra Frosty. Pushing the limits, maybe just too far. And that seems to be game over for Extra Frosty in this race. He's been dropping down the order. Everyone just overtaking. Has he taken damage on the car now? Don't know, it's difficult to tell. He drops behind Pattinson, 1990, moves up in 8th place. So, with that incident, the drops Extra Frosty to the back. Killamore has now got an amazingly decent sized gap over Squave David 23. We currently sits in second. Lukman Alillah gets moved up a place in third. An amazing result. 3 different nationalities in the top 3. But not only 3 different nationalities in the top 3, but 3 different car manufacturers in the top 3. Oh no, 3 different manufacturers, 4 different manufacturers in the top 4. The second Aston Martin, Red Bull, Aston Martin Racing of Real LO sits in 5th place. You see the Mercedes of James Warlaw heading down the main straight into turn 1. Real LO right up behind him. Alex FD Large not too far behind the Real LO, but obviously want to try and make a move to get back in front of him. Peugeot Rubber 28, the only Citroen driver in the league. Patented in 1990, gets moved up 1 place. It's extra frosty in the M6. And the Gold Snake M6 will hopefully try to move back up the order. Schumacher in the pits then, as he changes tyres and fuel. Very early stop from Schumacher, so maybe it's going to most likely be a 2-stop race. Is he trying a massively large undercut on everyone else? We'll see where that puts him. Back fanning out now, and Alex FD Large right on the back of the Real LO. You know, and the Real LO is caught up onto the back of Mercedes. James Warlaw in 4th place at the moment, who's lost a lot of time to Lukman Alillah, who currently sits in 3rd place, and not too with Squave David 23 in sight. The M6 really working for him now. But Alex FD Large right on the tail, however gets a little squirmy on the exit of the chicane. You can see the Citroen in the background, the white and orange Citroen in the background. Alex FD Large trying to keep with it, gets a decent exit when the Real LO does not. And now Alex FD Large, the Canadian, gets a real run on the Real LO in the slipstream. Moves over to the inside possibly. Yep, there we go, to the inside, into the first corner. And the Real LO has drifted well out wide and has lost the position. The position has been conceded by the Irishman in the Aston Martin. So then, Alex FD Large ahead of the Real LO, but for how long? Somebody else is in the pit to carry the flag. He's also in the pit in the Beetle. However, let's look back to the Real LO and Alex FD Large, and LO's gone well off. Oh my dearie me, that's not good for LO at all. And Lukman Alillah has well caught up to the back of Squave David. So is there maybe a bit of fuel saving going on here with Squave David that could possibly drop him so much time to Lukman Alillah? Definitely a possible solution. Kill 'em all now, coming round into the final corner in the Mustang, the Ford Mustang. Does he come into the pits? No, he stays out for another lap. What about Squid David? Does he make the first stop? Nope. Yes, he does. Squid David is in, and Lukman Alillah is in the pits. Who will jump out in second place? So a possible undercut to catch up to the back of Kill 'em all then, refueling as well. Alex FD Large gets moved up into second place as the Real LO is also in the pits, as is James Warlaw in the Mercedes. But David's out, and Lukman Alillah, if I can find him, he's somewhere there. I can't quite grab him, he's going everywhere. Alright, well anyway, Lukman Alillah, as you can see, has moved up in 3rd place, and ahead of Squave David. With BJ Rubber 28 not far behind him, but has not made a pit stop, so it could be that the Citroen driver is going longer on his tyres and his fuel. Squid David, the American, has come out behind Lukman Alillah. That's not good for his race. If he's come out behind, that means he's going to have to try and find a way back past. Could Ali be trying an undercut on Kill 'em all for the lead? You can see him coming down the hill. As you can see, Alex FD Large not made a stop in the Gulf Porsche, and has been caught up by Ali, who will possibly have fresher tyres and will be able to go quicker on fuel possibly. Kill 'em all though has a massive gap now to second. He stayed out on the previous lap. Does he come out behind? Does he pit in? We'll find out. But Square David really on the back of the Citroen there two Brits, an American, the classic battle between Britain and America, and Squid David really on the back of BJ Robo 28Z. Come through the chicane, closing up, kill them all in the pits. However, he goes to the outside, heading into the final corner. One of these drivers have pitted in, the other one has not. So this is not going to be good for either one of their races. Kill them all. Alex FDE Large has also come into the pits, and Ali has been proved up into the lead at the race. But however, we're watching this battle down the main straight as to the outside goes Squid David, and into third place. Surely BJ Robert 28 is going to pit this lap. There's just nothing he can do. Alex FDE Large just drops well down the order. James Wallow, currently the Mercedes, sitting in 5th place. So Lukman Alillah has come out in the lead of this race. Brilliant stuff for him, sure. I mean, the undercut has definitely worked for him. He pitted in first, however that means he will have to pit in again before Kill 'Em All. And no, Kill 'Em All is quite quick, he seems to do really well. So here we go then. Will Kill 'Em All be able to close up and overtake Ali on track? However, one question is, Ali will not be able to make it to the end on these tyres and fuel. He might have to make a 2-stop, possibly a 3-stop in this race. James Wallow has also made the move on BJ Over 28. Is the Citroen driver just dropping down the order? He's got a nice livery, I'm sure we can all agree on that, but he's dropping down the order now. Although the Mercedes has gotten all wrong at the exit there, it doesn't really seem to have worked. Where does LO come out? Will LO come out in front? It definitely will. What about Alex FDE Large? Yeah, Alex FDE Large does come out front, and Pattinson. It's a long stop for the Citroen crew. Pattinson, 1990 in the Beetle. Number 2's come out in front of him, and Extra Frosty is just dropping down the order. Hasn't stayed out too long. It seems to be the case because he's all the way down in 9th. Not the best race for him. Extra Frosty, another man who's not having the best race, is from a mistake very early on, struggling to gain back positions that he's lost at the beginning. Pattinson, 1990, moved up into 7th. He was involved in a first lap incident down at the chicane. I'm sure the stewards will be looking into that one. However, they all seem to have a decent gap now from everybody, so it's more just about keeping that gap and staying where you are. However, Lukman Alillah leads this race, but for how much longer? Carry the flag is on the main straight, so it looks like he may get lapped in this race. He's a long way down as the American. Not the ideal start to the season for him. Ali continues on down the main straight on the lap 9 of number 15. Kill 'Em All sits in 2nd place on the same piece of track as hunting him down surely. In the gap he's setting around 33s, whereas Ali is setting 33s. He's actually got the fastest lap at the moment, which he set on lap 7 of a 1:32.5. Now that's crucial. There's a 1 point for fastest lap, which he's already leading, which means he would take maximum points and lead the championship. However, if he can get that fastest lap point, it will be a bonus point for Ali. However, one man who was definitely want to prevent him from winning this race is Kill 'Em All. He's looked really quick repeatedly, and it looks like he could really be on to spoil on Alilah's day today. Squave David then in 3rd place, the American in the Aston Martin. Behind him is James Wallow in the Mercedes. 5th place for the real LO, the Red Bull Aston Martin. And then there's the Gulf Porsche of Alex FDE Large, whilst Extra Frosty is in 7th place. Pattinson 1990 is in 8th, whilst BJ Robo 28 dropped all the way throughout his pit stop down to 9th place. Schumacher just comes out the pits in the M6 and carry the flag is plumb last. Looks like a day to forget for these two who have really just dropped down the order, but don't seem to be in a position where they can really go for it. If they can score a point, they will. Fastest lap, they will get points. And Lukman Alillah is in. Ali is in for his 2nd pit stop. So that's yet another stop on the fuel. He's fueling up again. Squid Day continues this time. These two pitted on the same lap. Jim Wallow also continuing on. Now it's Killamall then, the next who leads this race. He goes on to lead, however, will Ali get back out in front of him once Killamall possibly makes his second stop? It looks like he might have to. The Real LO is in 5th place at the moment, and is just behind Lukman Ali, comes out in 4th place. So FDE Large not far behind him, extra frosty. Pattinson is in his Beetle. That does promote BJ Robbo 28 up into 8th place. These three very close to each other on track for 4th place. What could possibly be the race victory in the end. But could Ali have screwed it over by pitching in just a lap too early? James Wallace is in 3rd place on the back of Squave David. However, Killamall going slow. I think that's Carry the Flag, who is now officially a lap down. Schumacher also, as we saw, just gone off, but he seems to have gotten himself back in the right direction. Squave David then catching up to the back marker of Carry the Flag. A disaster race for him in the Beetle. Same with Schumacher, not the race either of them would wanted. James Waller keeping Squave David in sight. Man Ali La has broken free of Real LO and Extra Frosty, just as we see him. Squave David in the pits then. Squave David in the pits along with James Waller in Mercedes. So, where will they come out? Where will Lukman Ali La coming down the main straight now to take 2nd place away from them, jumping up 2 places in the pit stop. Next driver then is the Real LO, who does come in. The Real LO in the pits then. Extra Frosty also in the pits. What about Alex FDE Large then? Seems to be pitting in on this lap. Does FDE Large? Yep, there he goes. BJ Robert 28, however, was the last person to make a pit stop, so he's able to continue on, and that promotes him well up the order into 5th place. He's jumped up half of the order here in this race by moving up from 9th to 5th in this race. The Real LO comes out in 6th place. Alex FDE Large comes out 7th. Extra Frosty in 8th. In 9th place is Pattinson, who's just in the pits now. Schumacher nowhere near him to really threaten his race. 28 gets away in 4th, and James Waller somewhat battling the Beetle of Carry the Flag as we join them side by side to Carry the Flag. He's long way last now, and there's no real way of him catching back up in this race. Continuing on though for the points, I'm sure. David sits 3rd with Lukman Ali La in 2nd. Will Killamall make the pit stop? He looks a bit sideways coming out of the final corner. He continues on to lap 12, coming close to the end of this race. Leading the way, setting a 35.0. Lukman Ali La still has that purple lap, as you can see on your right, in lap 7, which he set that. BJ Robert 28 being followed by the Real LO now. It's looking close between these two. Will LO catch up and overtake BJ Robert 28 in this race? LO's lap is a 33.8, was his fastest lap, whereas Robbo's was a 1:35.8, a long 3-2 seconds separate the fastest laps of both these drivers, which we're watching right now down the main straight. Extra Frosty as well, he's a lot quicker than the pair of them, as his fastest lap was even quicker than LO's. So these Frosty can really catch up to these two and really just overtake a lot of them if that's going to happen. However, BJ Robert 28 gaining to the back of Carry the Flag, the American, and the Beetle, who is down in 11th place. Will Robbo be able to get past him decently? It's okay. Through turn 6, he's Carry the Flag, just stayed off the driving line. However, LO gets him on the exit, so lost very little time. I think BJ 28 might have lost more time getting past Carry the Flag than LO did, which is not something you want. Kill them all then in the pits. Will we see Lukman Ali La continue to retake the lead of this race? We'll find out as he comes down the main straight. Killamall's still sat in his pit box, I think probably refueling at this point. Yes, he is, and Ali's done it. Surely Lukman Ali La takes the lead. It's going to be close as he comes out now. He's done it. Lukman Ali La leads the race, heading into the final couple of laps. Could he continue on for victory? Or is Kill 6-6 Amol sits in second place behind him after making his stop? You see BJ Robert 28 has got the real LO right on him, and it looks like it's going to be a drag race. However, in the pit, oh no, BJ Robert 28 he's making another stop this late into the race. It doesn't change tyres, small refuel, comes out behind Extra Frosty. Does he come out in front of Alex FD Elijah? Just about it. This could be an interesting battle then between Alex FD Elijah and BJ Robert 28. Man, Ali La has Kill 'em all though, just on his tail. Both of them will want to start the season off right by taking the victory here at the Kyoto Drive Park before we set off we stay in Japan really for the second race in Tsukuba. Much shorter lap and much tighter corners. This is a good start to the season though for both these drivers. Kill 'em all has looked really strong. But can Ali fend him off for 3 laps left in this race as they head into the final corner? It's looking good so far. This will be a brilliant battle to watch. Do not go anywhere as we see Kill 'em all gets the better and Ali's in. Look man, Ali Lars surrendered his possible victory by making another stop. That's his 3rd stop in this race. And it looks like Squid David will come out in second place. Yep. Yeah, look man, Ali drops to 3rd after fighting for the lead. Has there been a possible strategy mishap? However, as we join the real LO, Frosty makes it look easy into the final corner. The M6 on the Aston, and Frosty made him look easy. Squirmy on the exit, but staying with him, slipstreaming down the main straight. LO goes to the outside of Frosty. Will he make it though for 5th place, heading on to the penultimate lap of this race? It's been a phenomenal race so far. LO doesn't do it, he just gets squeezed on. He's on the outside line, which is not the quicker way through the corner. BJ Robert 28's got a lot of pressure coming on from the Porsche of Alex FD Large, heading toward the end of this race now. Parkinson's in for yet another stop in this race. I've lost counting how many pit stops he has had in this race. However, look on Ali Lau, he's right on the back of Squid David. There's too many battles, I don't know where to look, as we can see the real LO coming out of turn 6. 2 cars that are just going through turn 6 now is the BJ Robo 28 in the Citroen and the Porsche of Alex FD Large. There's plenty of Porsches in this league, not all of them in the race. However, it's a lot closer between the real LO and Extra Frosty. This could be crucial. Crucial points on the first race of the season. Even more crucial points is for second. Squared David versus Lukman Alilar. Heading on to the final lap down the main straight. It looks like Ali might get him. Definitely close. Squared David defending well into the first corner then as they head off out of the first corner and into the S's. However, looking a bit back now. Real LO staying behind Extra Frosty. BJ Robo 28 also keeping ahead of Alex FD Large. However, he's gone out of the grass. He's screwed it up. It's all gone wrong just before the final lap of the race. And Alex FD Large has massively lost out there in time. He's just probably gone on just a bit too far over, and it's just all gone wrong for the Canadian. Disaster result into the race. However, we're keeping close as Lukman Alilar has made his way past Sway David, heading down into the chicane. Is David, did I have a look on Ali, number 23 versus number 5, heading up the hill then, the path of least resistance, heading up into the hairpin. A brilliant overtaking opportunity with one of the last in this race. Is Squid David going to do it? He's not done it because Ali's defended the inside line perfectly there. Runs out onto the exit. Running out of opportunities is David. If he's going to do it, he has to do it now. But Kill 'em all looks to kill 6-6 'em all. Looks to come out the final corner to take the victory of the Kyoto Driving Park in Yamagawa and sets off his title campaign successfully. And even takes 14 on lap 14, picked up the fastest lap, an extra point. However, and Lukman Alilar has defended to take second place over the American with Square David. James Wallow in the Mercedes is in 4th. Extra Frosty in the end, covered up ground, made it up in the 5th place. the real Allows lost a lot of time to the Citroen of BJ Robbo 28, who's in 7th. However, I don't think there's enough time for him to catch up. He did catch up he was catching up, but I don't think there's enough laps for him to get him up at the final corner, and it's 7th place for BJ Robbo 28. In 8th is Alex FDE Large, could have been 7th if he did not make that mistake right at the end on the previous lap. Really, he was just pushing the boundaries of the car and the track too far. And that was your first race of the season.